For Monday in Holy Week, April 3rd, from the Gospel of John in the 12th chapter. 6 days before the Passover, Jesus came to Bethany, where Lazarus was, whom Jesus had raised from the dead. Mary took a pound of costly ointment of pure nard and anointed the feet of Jesus and wiped his feet with her hair, and the house was filled with the fragrance of the ointment. But Judas Iscariot, one of his disciples, the one who was to betray him, said, "Why was this ointment not sold for 300 denarii and given to the poor?" Jesus said, "Let her alone. Let her keep it for the day of my burial. The poor you always have with you, but you do not always have me." For reflection, in the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem, there is near the entrance a stone slab just a few inches off the floor. It is about the size that you would imagine an adult human body laid upon, and it is claimed to be the stone upon which Jesus' body was anointed and prepared for burial. A few weeks ago, I visited that church again and saw the several tourists and pilgrims clustered around the slab, kneeling there and caressing its surface, anointing it with their fingers and with handkerchiefs to soak up the oil on its surface. And some of them were clearly simply doing the touristy thing and looked amused or perhaps embarrassed that they were indulging in some superstition that they didn't fully believe. But others, most of them, were pilgrims, clearly moved, some in tears, caressing the surface of that stone with their heads bowed in grief for prayer or rapt devotion. I read here again the story of Jesus' anointing by Mary. The story has different versions in the Gospels, but all of them, whether it's Mary of Bethany or Mary Magdalene or some other unnamed woman here, have this same quality, this love expressed in the tears and the reaching and touching, and in all that, the premonition of death and grief. I'm moved by this, much as I was moved by the pilgrims kneeling at the stone of anointing. It may be said in truth that Christian faith is a defiance of death, but it should never be said that it is a denial of grief. It gives room for love's yearning and for those hands reaching out to trace the sacred, mortal humanity that we are given.